having it all includes standing in my greatness and not shrinking for anyone.
So Mary Morrissey, I am so delighted to have you. You are the founder and president of Life Mastery Institute, your transforming training company that is serving in 82 countries worldwide, which is truly amazing. And I know you're just a remarkable, amazing woman, and I'm so happy to have you part of this. So thank you.
Thank you, Christy. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. So how do you define your it and your all? What does that look like in your life?
It looks like being able to go where I want to go, do what I want to do, have what I want to have, and perhaps even more importantly, give what I want to give. It's time, money, freedom, and the freedom to really live a life I love living. That's having it all.
Beautiful. That's a great definition. I love that. I love that. So you have, I mean, and you've been training in universal laws for years and years and years and years, well before The Secret came out. You know, you really do live your talk, you talk your walk, I mean, the whole thing. And so I would love to know from you, like, what is your core belief, either about yourself or the universe, that allows you to have your experience of having it all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started studying in 1971. There were a constellation of things, 3 things that occurred in October of 1971. But the effect of that was that by the end of that month, I felt like I'd been living in an attic of myself. And I had found my way to the front door, and here was a technicolor world of opportunity and resource that I had actually up until then thought life was happening to me, rather than I was realizing I was engaging with life by the thoughts I held, the beliefs I believed in, and I began to really work with just, in fact, who I really am. So the question is, what do I believe about myself or about life? Fundamentally, Einstein said every one of us will answer a fundamental question: is the universe friendly? And we answer it either consciously or unconsciously. We live afraid of life, or we live with believing that this universe is a spiral universe. It's seeking evolution, it's seeking expansion, and we're part of it. So our very life is seeking expansion. So my desires and my longings are part of life longing for itself by means of me. And also my discontent is a way in which I can become more aware of what I'm engaging with that is no longer as fulfilling as it might have been a year ago or 10 years ago. So that becomes, you're going down the highway, you've got white lines that you stay inside of that help you stay in your lane.
Yes.
So when I pay attention to my longing and my discontent, I'm able to stay harnessing my life energy in service of what brings me the most life. So my fundamental belief is that life is for me, as it is for all of us, that in fact all we have to do is pay attention to what it's telling us by means of longing and discontent, and opportunities are abundant, and that we really do have what it takes to have the life we love living.
I love that. That is such a great analogy too. I love that. And I've heard, obviously I've heard that Einstein quote over and over, but something just literally just shifted in me in hearing you say that in the perspective you just said it. So thank you for that. I know that if I've been shifted, that's rippled to so many more. So I'm so excited. Huh?
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All the people watching this. So when you're in that space of really feeling like you have it all, what would you say is that essence energy, that really dominant feeling vibration that you're exuding out?
Connected. That there's not one of us can breathe ourselves or even make our heart beat one time on our own. There is, call it life, call it energy, call it spirit, that is animating this body and giving us this opportunity to be self-aware in this moment. And so when I'm connected, when I'm recognizing I have a personality, I have conditions, I have circumstances, but the I that I truly am is more than that. So as I am connected to it's a practice of being more aware in the moment that I am more than this condition, and I am more than this feeling, and I am more than the things that my 5 senses are picking up. When I can be in that part of me, right in the center of myself,
yes,
having the experience of life and being conscious about my choices, I'm able to have a condition without the condition having me. And that's a very powerful moment for any of us to come to when we learn that you can have conditions, but the conditions don't have to have you without your permission. And how connected or disconnected we are has everything to do with how we can live that way.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. So what would be your one piece of advice for getting into that place of connectedness for all the people that are watching?
Well, one would be that if we live from gratitude and appreciation, those two wavelengths, most people think, oh, I'm grateful. But there's a generative gratitude that has nothing to really do with conditions. It's for being alive. That when we wake up in the morning, I have a practice when I wake up in the morning, when I first come to that place where I can tell I'm waking up, before I ever put a foot on the floor or think about what I'm going to be or do that day, I go, oh, it's a brand new baby day. I'm waking up. I got the privilege of waking up. Not everybody on this planet woke up this morning. I get this privilege. It's a brand new day. It has never been lived before. It's an unrepeatable, remarkable, and I do it. I mean, that you can say the words, but the words fall flat if you don't generate the energy inside the words. Yes. That then puts me in a certain vibration, because I've learned over many years of study that gratitude is the feeling frequency that is harmonious with abundance. There'll be many opportunities this day, but if I'm not grateful, I will not be awake enough to see and be able to properly, consciously use those opportunities in service of my all, or what is the life I'm imagining and living into that brings greater peace of mind, greater creativity, and more contribution. That's my all. So, and each of us gets to design our own. That's the fun thing, whatever that is.
Absolutely.
The other, so gratitude as a generative state, and the other is a generative state called appreciation. We know we want our money to appreciate. We want to give and be appreciated, but appreciation as a state of general, normal beingness. Most of us were not trained to appreciate ourselves. We were trained that when we walk by the mirror, we criticize or complain. And so a general version of complaining, comparing, and criticizing, that state of frequency often runs, particularly through women, because we've been trained to be self-critical. And the voice of self-criticism has way more stage time in our mind than the voice of self-appreciation. And that's a retraining, a reorientation. I think there might be even a fear that if I really appreciate myself, I might stop growing, and that's a complete myth. We actually grow more when we can appreciate. We might have, struck out that day with something we wanted to have happen, but by golly, we were on the field. Yes, and the only body who hits home runs is somebody who's out there swinging, Yes.
Oh, you're amazing. I could listen to you all day.
Thank you.
I truly feel that way. And so in this moment, I just want to express my gratitude to you, because, not only for just being here and for all the lives that you're going to touch from this interview, from all the years of service that you've given. And I mean that from the day that you started learning about this information, because I know it was the foundational work that you did and the transformation that you did on yourself, and all the times that you shifted your own energy and your own thoughts that were limiting you, that allowed me to be in the place that I am today, to learn what I've learned, because you put that out there so more of us could learn, and I could learn from the teachers that taught me. And so I really just thank you for all that you've given in service from from that connected part of you, Mary. So thank you. I'm caught up.
Thank you, Christy. And let me just add to that. I've been watching your work. You and I've met several times, and I am so grateful for you. That your understanding, awareness, and ability to translate that into the lives of every one of us who subscribe and attend and come to what you're doing, and then impact, just even in little ways sometimes, and sometimes in great ways, the people, the businesses, the opportunities that we're in. You're truly a way shower and a light bearer, and I'm very, very grateful for you.
Thank you. Whew, I'm crying, so thank you. I take that in and I receive that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mary Morrissey.
Thank you.
I am the artist of my painting. I am the driver of my car. I am the director of my play. And baby, I'm the star.
Are you ready to have it all? When you pre-order your copy of The Art of Having It All today, not only will you get instant access to the digital ebook version that you can read right now, but you'll also get access to over 102 other celebrity interviews where they share their secrets on how they created a life of having it all. Click the link below to discover how you can start having it all right now.